All right, so the flow for today is going to be, well, very much into the hips and the hamstrings. We're going to take this toward EPK2 Vinyasa 2, or I will refer to this as a hurdler's balance because it's much easier to say. But keep in mind, definitely a good amount of work on the inner thighs. As I said, get into the hamstrings. Be ready for that because we're going to be going into that back and forth, not just for the flexibility and the lengthening, but also strengthening those areas. So just have that in mind. The hurdler's pose is actually the only demonstration that I have here before we begin. So once we come into the main part of the flow, every sequence will bring you to the front of the mat at the very end, and we're going to enter the pose from this almost all fours position. So you're going to be down with both hands on the floor, one knee down, and 1 foot forward behind the wrist on the same side. And then to come into this, I can only cue this up to a certain point, and then you're going to have to start to shift things around, because it is a little bit hard to get into this, and depends on how long your arms are in relation to your torso. So work that as best you can. Be ready to adjust as you need. So you're going to set your hands down, lift the heel of that front leg, keep the knee high outside your arm, and then my left leg's forward, and as I come into this pose, I'm going to bring my shoulders forward, pull the elbows back, think like chaturanga, but you're going to lean away from that front leg. So I'm going to bring my weight over to the right and put my ribs onto my right arm. And then my left leg goes under my left arm. You got to be sure to lift the foot. Just don't let the toes just hang down on the floor. And then to take it further, look forward, lean forward. You got to keep moving forward to pull that back leg up. And this will bring you into balancing from here. Now, if you want to take things even further, you can extend the front leg, and it takes a pretty open hamstring. People do call this a flying splits because if you actually have the mobility, it can actually be a horizontal split where you're basically just hovering the whole thing from the floor. I'm not quite that open. Not that many people are, but just take things to where you can from here. And keep in mind, you don't want to get stuck. So when you're coming into this, again, if you don't lift that front foot, you're not going to go anywhere. And the other thing is people start to come forward, and then you look down, you put your head on the floor, you start flopping back and forth. And if you're in this shape, it doesn't help to just kick your leg up in the air. You're just going to do that to the end of time. You got to shift your weight forward. This is basic physics here. You got to use the leverage. Bring your shoulders forward. Pull your chest forward. Think about taking a back bend in your upper back and try to keep your gaze past where your head actually is, and then see about taking it to where you like. You'll take it through the vinyasa from there. You can just swing that front leg back and bring it to chaturanga. You can step it back to plank, and then we'll just go through the full vinyasa and meet and down dog and just go through the next sequence from there. So just work things as best you can. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this out seated. And once you bring this into Baddha Konasana, so just bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and bring your hands up off the floor as you set this up so you see you can actually hold yourself upright without too much extra effort. And if your hips are a little bit tighter and your knees are more than an inch or two up off the floor, slide the feet away from you a little bit. So let your pelvis tilt forward. Keep this stable. Keep your torso upright without a whole lot of extra effort. But hold on to tension through your belly around the low ribs. Go ahead, bring your fingertips down to the floor at your sides just for stability here, not really pressing down. And then reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Stay tall. Draw your chin in just a little bit and feel the back of the neck lengthen out. Relax your shoulders down. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And with your eyes closed, take a moment to scan your position. So see you stay relaxed around the hips. Try to let the knees just settle toward the floor. But then hold tension from the midsection on up through the belly, around the low ribs. Stay tall. And be sure the shoulders stay down and relaxed. Start to deepen the breathing here when you're ready. So with the inhales, pull in as much as you can. Fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. And then when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just open your eyes. And just go slow. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through your heart center. Inhale, reaches up high. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach up high. And then with the exhale, this time lean to the right. Bring the right hand down, stretch your left arm right, and just gaze up high, lengthen this out, pull your left shoulder back. With your next inhale, bring it back up, reach up through both arms. And then with the exhale, lean left this time. Left hand to the floor, right arm stretching left, gaze up high, pull your right shoulder back. With your next inhale, back up to center, reach high. Now with the exhale, this time twist to the right. Right hand to the floor behind, left arm outside the right thigh. Now sit this up tall, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Look back over your right shoulder. Use your left arm and press it into the right leg. With your next inhale, turn to center, arms high. And then with the exhale, bring the left hand down behind you, right arms outside your left thigh, and find the twist here. Extend the top of the head straight up. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. Now with the exhale, lean to the right again. Right hand to the floor. Go ahead, reach your left arm right. Take it a little bit further. Pull that left shoulder back, gaze high. Keep your knees wide as you're leaning. With your next inhale, back up to center, reach high. Exhale, lean this left. Left hand down, right arm stretches left. Pull the right shoulder back. Gaze high and still keep your knees wide. With your next inhale, bring it back to center, arms high. Now with the exhale, twist to the right again. Right hand down behind, left arm outside the right thigh, and again, sit this up tall. Now take this more aggressively. As you extend straight up, use that left arm, press into your right leg. Look as far back as you can over that right shoulder. With your next inhale, turn to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, twist this left one more time. Left hand to the floor behind, right arm outside your left thigh, and again, sit up tall. Look back over your left shoulder and really use that right arm. Press it into your left leg as you twist. Now with your next inhale, bring it back to center. Reach up high. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down through center. And then to the floor behind you. Now set your hands down behind the shoulders, about shoulder width, fingertips out to the sides. And then press down to the floor. Lift your seat up off the mat. Now keep your feet pressed together and then take this back and forth. Bring your hips toward your heels. And then pull back. And as you're moving, try to keep the knees pulled out wide and just take this back and forth. We're just warming things up. And then the next time you come back toward your hands, just go ahead and sit yourself back down. And then we'll take a little bit more of a stretch to start to work into the hips. Now this is going to be the entry toward compass. We're not quite going to take it all the way there. So with your left hand, take hold of your right foot. Bring the right arm inside your right leg and bring that leg over your arm. Now you're trying to get the knee close to the shoulder. Just go as high as you can. And once the leg doesn't go any higher, press your right arm into the right leg. Set your right hand down. Just keep the elbow bent and keep the leg hooked. And if this is good enough, if this is a deep enough stretch, stay here. If you can go further, just turn a little bit to the left. Bring that left hand down at your side. And with your right leg hooked, maybe hold this. Now if you want to take it further still, see about lifting your right foot, trying to extend that leg. You don't have to go too far. You just got to feel it. And then bring the right foot down. And then again, just lift the right foot best you can, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. And then bring it back down. One more time. Keep that pressure on the right side. Work to lift your right foot. And then again, bring it back down. And then go ahead, release. Come back to Baddha Konasana. We'll take the other side. So with your right hand, take hold of your left foot. And then bring the left arm inside the left leg. Work that leg up your arm. And again, just get as high as you can right now. We're just warming things up. Press your left arm into the left leg. Set your hand down. Keep the elbow bent and keep the leg hooked. And maybe just stay like this. Now, if you can go further, turn to the right. Bring that right hand down at your side. And then with your left leg hooked, keep your chest open best you can. Try to lift the foot and extend the leg. You don't have to go up too high. And then bring the foot back down. And then again, work to lift that foot. Keep that left leg pressing into your arm. And then bring it back down. And then one more time, work to lift your left foot. And then bring it down one more time. And then just release. Come back to center. Both feet together. We're still in Baddha Konasana. And then go ahead, reach forward. Take hold of your big toes. Now you can pull the heels in closer, but keep the knees out wide. Pull the elbows in around your waist. And draw yourself into the fold. Now you can try to hold your spine arched, or you can just round this forward, whatever you like. And maybe press the elbows into the thighs to open this up further still. Now, wherever you are, as you hold on to that stretch, keep your torso forward. Start to bounce the knees up and down just a little bit and see if you can take it just slightly deeper. You don't have to force it, keep in mind. And then go ahead, release that grip. Go ahead, bring yourself upright. Hands down behind you. Set your feet flat on the floor. And then just go ahead, turn your knees side to side for a moment and loosen things up. And then once you're ready, go ahead, set your feet flat, about hips width distance apart. Reach the arms forward, round your spine as completely as you can. And then go ahead, take this all the way down onto the mat. Now once you're down, reach your arms out long past your head and keep them reaching. And then we're just going to set this up for bridge. So step your feet in a bit closer here. So feet about hips width distance apart, heels close enough to your seat that you're starting with your low back basically flat. And then keep your arms engaged. Press the shoulders down, press the backs of the hands down, keep your gaze up high. And then when you're ready with an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll this down. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high, and then hold this time. Now stay grounded through the shoulders. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. And if you can take this further, dig into your heels, lift your toes, and try to drag the heels toward your shoulders to engage more tension for that lift. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll it all down. Now once you come down, bring the arms down to your sides, and we're taking another version here. So I want you to bring your left foot toward the center of the mat, and then cross the right leg over the left. So just bring the right ankle past your left thigh. It's a loose cross, almost like you're moving toward an eagle bind. Now keep some space underneath your bent right leg, so you're not crossing completely, but keep the legs pressing together. You're trying to keep the knees more or less in line. Arms at your sides, palms down, keep your gaze up high, and we'll lift and lower here. So with an inhale, press into that left foot, lift your hips up. Exhale, bring this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep lifting, and keep that right leg pressing into the left. You're trying to point that right knee toward the ceiling. And just breathe with us here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll this back down. Once you come down, switch it out. Right foot to the floor, cross the left ankle over your right thigh this time. And again, keep this as a basically open cross. There's some space underneath your bent left leg. Arms down at your sides, palms down. Again, keep your gaze high. And then with an inhale, press into that right foot, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up one more time and hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing, stay lifted. Keep the left leg pressing into the right and try to point that left knee straight up toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it all down. Once you're down, bring your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, squeeze everything in tight. And then as you're squeezing, curl into this. Lift your head, bring your nose close to your knees. And then go cross at the ankles, roll forward to a seat. Come further to your hands in all fours. And once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side, and just feel things out. Loosen up your spine. And then go ahead, bring yourself into center. And we're going to take this into the wrist before we move on. So just keep your hips stacked over your knees, but walk your hands in close, maybe about 1 or 2 hands lengths forward of the knees. Now flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, spread the fingers out wide. And work to flatten your hands as best you can. You can always bring the hands in even closer if you want to make this less intense. But keep that tension in your hands with the fingertips pressing down. Try to straighten your arms completely. And maybe just stay here. If this is enough, you can just sway the shoulders lightly side to side. And then if you want to take it even further, go ahead, bring yourself into center, keep your arms straight, keep the tension in your hands with your fingertips pressing down, but then just take it back and forth through slow cow and cat breathing. So with an inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. And then with the exhale, just round your spine and empty out completely. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, look up, keep pressing to your fingertips. Exhale, round and empty out again. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, look up. And then with the exhale, round and empty one more time and just hold here. Fingertips pressing down. Try to keep your spine rounded as much as you can. And then slowly release. Come up onto the fingertips. And we'll set it up for one more stretch. So go ahead, walk your hands forward and just come into your regular all fours. Wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Now look down. Keep the palms on the floor, but rotate your fingers to the sides and then in toward your knees as far as you can go. And do that with both hands. Spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down, and here again, grip the floor with your fingers. Press down as hard as you can and keep that grip. Keep your spine pressed up high. Now, if you want to back off, you can bring the hands closer to the knees, and if you just want to stay here, just keep the arms straight, keep digging the fingertips down, maybe sway the shoulders side to side, maybe just circle the shoulders over your wrists. And then if you want to take it further, just bring yourself into center with your arms still straight. Shift the weight to the right knee, hover your left knee up off the floor and keep the knee bent. Now bring that left knee out to the side as high as you can lift. Keep the toes pointed left. You're still gripping with your fingers. And just move the left leg. So pivot from the hip and try to touch the heel down to the floor best you can. Pivot from the hip and lift the foot. Pivot from the hip, bring the heel down again. Pivot from the hip to lift. Pivot from the hip, bring the heel down. Pivot from the hip to lift. And then go ahead, bring your left knee down. And take this knee to this side, still gripping the floor, still with straight arms. Put the weight to the left side, hover the right knee. And keep the right knee bent, bring it out to the side high as you can lift, keep the toes pointed right. And then again here, just pivot from the hip and bring that heel down. Pivot from the hip and lift. Pivot from the hip, bring the heel down. Pivot from the hip to lift. Pivot from the hip, bring the heel down. Pivot from the hip and lift. And then go bring the right knee down. Come up onto the fingertips and then down to sitting on your heels, and take a moment, check your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Now once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And then we're going to take a couple lopsided shapes to take this a little bit closer to hurdlers. So when you're ready, come down to the right forearm, but stay on your left hand. Now the right elbow stays to the side. Bring that hand to center so that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand straight back so you can stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep that elbow pulled in. Now keep your chest facing down. Step your feet back. We're taking this as a lopsided plank. So bring your body into line and bring your feet to about hips width distance apart. Now keep your belly pulled in. Keep that left elbow pulled into your side. You can always stay here. And if this gets to be too much, you can set your knees down. Keep in mind, just keep your core braced. Now to take it further, lift your left foot up off the floor. Point the toes straight back. And we're just going to move that left leg. So take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward. Knee to left shoulder, close as you can go. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder, pull in. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder again. Inhale the left leg back. Now exhale, knee to shoulder one more time and set that left leg on your arm. Now keep your chest facing down. Maybe just stay here. And if you want to take it a little bit further, try to extend that left leg out to the side best you can. And then go to release. Bring both knees down. And then come up onto both hands. Come into all fours. And just move around for a moment. Of course, we're going to take it on the other side. So once you're ready, come down to the left forearm, but stay on your right hand. Left elbow to the side. Left hand moves into center. That forearm's diagonal. Slide your right hand back. Stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep the elbow pulled in. Now look down. Step your feet straight back. Find that lopsided plank. And keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Now keep your body in line. You can always stay here. You can drop your knees if you need to. Just keep your core braced. And then to take it further, lift your right foot up off the floor. Point the toes back. Take an inhale. With the exhale, pull it forward, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder again. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Keep that leg forward, set it on your arm. This might be enough. Keep your chest facing down. If you can take it further, try to extend that right leg out to the side. And then go ahead and release. Bring yourself down to all fours. And take a moment here to breathe. Now one more variation, still working with that lopsided position. Bring the right forearm down again when you're ready. Right elbow to the side, right hand moves into center. Slide your left hand back, stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep the elbow pulled in. Tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees, bring your hips up high. And you can walk your feet further forward and bring your hips up higher still. Now just keep looking down, maybe stay here, you can take a break anytime. But to take it further, take an inhale, raise your left leg high. And with your left leg lifted, scorpion the pose. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, hold for a moment. Now with an inhale, raise your left leg high, straighten out. Exhale, pull it in, left knee to left arm. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to left arm. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to left arm. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to arm. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to arm one more time. Now keep that knee on your arm and bring the right knee down to the floor. Now once you come down, I know this is going to feel a little weird, just flatten the right foot behind you, start to lean to the right side. Left leg still on your left arm. And this is good enough. Now if you can take it further, try to lean to the right, see about lifting your left palm, maybe come up onto the fingertips. And if you can take it up further, go slow, lift your left hand, make it into a fist. See about pressing that left knee higher, this is good enough. And as you're pressing up, if you want to go further still, maybe extend your left leg as you're pressing it up with that left arm. A little bit tricky, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release, come back down, bring it into all fours. Take a moment here to breathe. And then let's take that on the other side. So bring yourself down onto the left forearm, but stay on your right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves into center. Slide your right hand back, elbow stacks over the wrist, keep the elbow pulled in. Tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees, bring your hips up high. Walk your feet in, get the hips up as high as you can. Now once you find your position, take an inhale, raise your right leg high. And then scorpion the shape, bend the right knee, hang your right foot left, just hold for a moment. With the next inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee down, touch your right arm. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right arm. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to arm again. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right arm. Inhale the right leg high. And with the exhale, bring the knee to the right arm, keep it there, and set your left knee down. Now once you come down, just stay in your lopsided shape, flatten your left foot behind you, lean left a little bit. This might be enough. If you can go further, try to lean further left and lift your right palm, come up onto the fingertips. If you can lift your right hand, make it into a fist. See about pressing that right leg higher with your arm. And if you want to go further still, maybe try to straighten your right leg as you're pressing up. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release, bring everything down. Come back to all fours. And then from all fours, give yourself a moment here, just move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move a bit. And you can just stay here and breathe, maybe take a little break. And you can take another stretch before we move on if you like. But when you're ready, just tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. And just move into position when you're ready. Now once you move into down dog, just take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now pressing your palms, flatten your hands so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest down low and press your hips up high toward the ceiling at the same time. So let the upper body lengthen out and straighten out. So one long line from the wrist creases through to the hips. Pulling through the belly, around your low ribs. Keep your core tense. Try to lengthen your spine further to reach your hips up higher. If your legs are tight, if the hamstrings are tight, just bend the knees and let that go. And you can always stay loose with this and just pedal this out, let your hips move side to side. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward and step to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. You can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows. Maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in the knees to begin, but then restack your spine. So just slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. With the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrists at the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Stay lifted. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control. All the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And work to lift this up a little bit higher still. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll back down. Now hands under the shoulders. Elbows in at your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay in the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Lift with your arms. Lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal out. Let your hips move side to side. And then we'll take it through our sun salutation. See a steady movement. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in and bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more rounds, take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And then with the exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank the lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, pull forward. Exhale, draw it back in. And bring your hips back up. 1 more round, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. Now with an inhale, open up, draw this forward. Exhale, pull back in. And bring your hips back up. Just find your downward facing dog. Breathe here for a moment. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, move into a scorpion dog. So bend your right knee, hang your right foot left. So open up your hips, let your body twist. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Now exhale, knee to left elbow, stay forward like this. And then it's fallen triangle. Extend your right leg left. Drop your left heel, reach your left arm high, and lift your hips, stay lifted here. And this is good enough. Now if you want to move in this pose, bring the left arm behind your back, half bind. Palm face me, pull the shoulder back, keep looking up. And then let's take it from up to down. So just sink your hips down low. And then press up high. Bring your hips down. And then press back up again. Sink your hips down. Press up one more time. Now keep your right arm straight and strong. And if you want to take it further, maybe lift your right foot up off the floor. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, back to center. Both hands down. Right foot between your hands. And then the right foot to your base. Put all the way to the right foot. Pull the left knee to your chest, round your spine. And then just go slow. Take hold of your left knee, and let's bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, just take a moment. Dig down to the right big toe. Be sure you're balanced here. Slow your breathing down. And then hands to your hips. Line the left knee up with the right. Now I want to take this to a dancer variation. So reach back with your right hand and find the reverse grip. You're going to take hold of the inside edge of the left foot. Once you have that grip, just line up the knees, stand tall. Keep the left hand on your hip. We're going to take this back and forth hinging. Just work this to as far as you can control. So keep your gaze forward. Put a little bend in your right knee. And then slowly hinge from the right hip. Bring yourself down toward parallel. Keep kicking into that right hand. And now keep your gaze forward. Hinge back up. Back to vertical, both knees together. Again like that. Keep a little bend in the right knee. Go slow, chest forward, gaze forward, take it down toward parallel with the floor. And then hinge back up the vertical. Knees side by side. Now one more time. Keep a little bend in the right knee. Hinge from the right hip. Bring yourself forward to where you can, somewhat toward parallel. Now keep the gaze forward. Kick into your right hand. If you want to go further, pull your right shoulder forward to lift your left knee higher. Maybe reach your left arm forward. And then take an inhale. Now, on the exhale, slowly release. Step your left foot back, hands to your hips. And we're going to take this into a high lunge dance. So give yourself a moment here to adjust. Deep bend of the right knee, left leg towards straight. The left heel stays lifted behind. Be sure your stance is wide and the hips are squared. Pull your left hip forward, right hip back. And keep your spine upright. Sink into the hips. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, pull the elbows out wide. Let your head fall back. Open up your chest. Hold here. Now we're going to go back and forth from this position to rounding. So just take a deep inhale. With the exhale, reach forward, round as much as you can. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round again. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide, hold here. And then with your next inhale, look forward, reach straight up. With the exhale, hands through heart center, twist. Bring that left elbow outside the right thigh. Now press the elbow to the thigh, press the palms together, open your chest to the right. And then keep your twist, but bring your left knee down to the floor and flatten the left foot behind you. Now engage this further, look back over the right shoulder, stay twisted, keep your chest open to the right. And if you can go deeper, you can bend that right knee, sink the left hip down and forward, but you're still holding that twist. Now if you want to take it further, maybe kick in the left foot and just barely hover the left knee to engage more tension within that shape. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Now both hands down, either side of that right leg. And we're going to set this up for a half split. So back your hips up. Keep the hips stacked over your left knee. Right heel stays on the floor. Now keep your belly touching your right thigh. Don't lose that contact. But go ahead, slide the right heel forward. And at any point, once you feel that stretch in the back of the right thigh, you can stop. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and breathe into the stretch. Rotate the right big toe in toward the midline of the mat at least a little bit. Now, if you're going to take it further, you can always straighten that right leg, but keeping in mind, you're going to move from here and you need to stay balanced. So keep your chest squared toward the floor, belly touching your right thigh. And then one by one, bring your hands to your low back. Palms facing away, fingers spread wide, shoulders pulled back, look forward. And you're going to balance this as we take this up to down. The right knee could be bent, the leg could be straight, whatever you need. So press into that right heel. With an inhale, bring yourself all the way upright, look forward. And then keep your shoulders pulled back. Hinge forward, belly to the right thigh. Again, press into the right heel. Bring your torso all the way up. Keep your shoulders back. Hinge forward. Come down. Belly to your right thigh. Again, press into the right heel. Bring this all the way up one more time. And then hinge forward. Belly to the right thigh. Keep looking forward and hold. Now pull the right hip back, left hip forward. You can release one or both hands if you need to. If you can keep them lifted, try to stay there. And then if you want to go just a little bit deeper, release the left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot. Maybe draw yourself further down into the fold, and then further to a twist, pulling the right shoulder back. Just take things to where you can. Now everybody take a deep inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down around that right leg. Bend the right knee, set the right foot flat, tuck the toes, left foot, lift your left knee. And then the right foot's your base. We're going to take this to a crouch. So put all the way to the right foot, pull the left knee to your chest and round your spine. Now curl in low. Look toward the back of the mat. Keep the top of your head pointing down toward the floor and point your left big toe toward the ceiling. We're going to go back and forth from here toward vertical as best you can. So with an inhale, reach your left leg straight up. Exhale, curl this in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Stay low. Now lean to the left. Left hand stays down, but with your right hand, take hold of your left foot. Now once you've got that grip, kick into your hand, pull the right shoulder down, and you're trying to get as vertical as you can. It might not look that vertical. Top of the head pointing toward the floor, left knee pointing up toward the ceiling. Engage as much tension as you can with this bind. When you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, release. Both hands down. Bring your left knee down, but stay on the right foot. And we're going to set up for that almost all fours position. So the hands are shoulder width, shoulders over wrists. Keep the right foot behind your right wrist. And then go ahead, lift your right heel, right knee high outside the upper arm. And then when you're ready, just like chaturanga, shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath you. Lean to the left, put the weight, put your ribs on the left arm. Lift the right leg and put the right leg on your right arm. Lift the right foot. Now keep looking forward. Keep leaning to lift that left leg behind you. You can always extend that right leg to the side as well. And then when you're ready, take it to your vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment here, paddle that. And we'll take all that to the other side. So if you're downward facing dog, take an inhale, raise your left leg high. And then find your scorpion dog. Bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, feel your body twist, open up that hip. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Now stay here. And then fall in triangle. Left leg extends to the right. Drop your right heel. Reach your right arm high. Keep your hips lifted. Gaze up high. You can stay here. Now, if you want to move with this, right arm behind your back, half bind, palm face, keep the shoulder pulled back. Keep your left arm straight and strong. And then go ahead, sink your hips down low. And then press back up. Bring your hips down. And then press up high again. Sink your hips down low. Press up one more time, hold here. And maybe lift your left foot up off the floor as you hold. Take an inhale. With the exhale, back to center, both hands down, left foot between your hands, low lunge. You want to bring this into balancing. Left foot to your base. Draw the right knee to your chest, around your spine. Take hold of the right knee, and let's take it all the way up to vertical. Now, once you're all the way up, dig into the left big toe, slow your breathing down. And then when you're ready, just bring your hands to your hips. Now, go ahead and line up the right knee with the left. Keep your gaze forward. Reach back with your left hand. Find the inside edge of the right foot. Right hand stays in your hip. We're going to just take this reverse dancer grip right here. And again, take it back and forth, hinging. So put just a little bend in the left knee. Keep your gaze forward. And then slowly hinge from the left hip. Bring it toward halfway down. Chest toward parallel with the floor. And then hinge back up. Back to vertical with the knees side by side. Again, hinge from your left hip. Keep looking forward. Just take it slow. Come down toward parallel. And then bring yourself back up the vertical with the right knee lined up with the left. One more time. Hinge from your left hip. Just take it slow. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders back, hold here. And if you want to go further, kick into that left hand and draw the left shoulder forward to lift your right knee. Maybe reach your right arm forward as well. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly, hands on your hips, step the right foot back, find your high lunge stance. And just give yourself a moment here to adjust things. So deep bend, left knee, right leg towards straight. Right heel stays lifted behind. Be sure the stance is wide. Keep this balance. Right hip forward, left hip back. The hips stay squared. Keep your torso upright. When you're ready with an inhale, reach us up high. With the exhale, pull the elbows out wide. Open up your chest. Let your head fall back. Hold here. And then back and forth from this open position to rounding. So take an inhale. With the exhale, reach this forward, round as much as you can. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round again. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide, hold here. With your next inhale, just look forward, reach the arms up. And with the exhale, move into the twist. Hands through heart center. Bring the right elbow outside your left thigh this time. Now press the elbow to the thigh. Look over your left shoulder. And then bring it down low. Right knee comes down, flatten the right foot behind you. Maybe take it deeper. Bend your left knee, pull the right hip further down and further forward. Keep looking over your left shoulder. And this is plenty, but if you want to go deeper, you can kick it to that right foot. Maybe try to hover that right knee. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Bring both hands down either side of that left leg. Now take it toward your half split. So back up the hips so they stack over the right knee. And then keep your left heel down, point the toes up. Go ahead, slide that left heel forward. But keep your belly in contact with your left thigh. Don't lose that. Keep your pelvis tilted forward. Now maybe that means the left knee is bent, and that's fine. Maybe you straighten the leg. Rotate your big toe in toward the midline of the mat. And then just take it slow. You're going to have to balance it here. Dig into that left heel. And then one at a time, bring your hands to your low back. Palms facing away, fingers spread wide, shoulders pulled back, look forward. From here, up and down. With the inhale, bring your torso all the way up. Exhale, come back down, belly to your left thigh, keep your gaze forward. Press into your left heel, come up all the way again. And then bring yourself forward, belly to your thigh. One more time, press into your left heel, come up all the way. One more time, bring it forward, belly to left thigh, hold here. Left hip back, right hip forward, still looking forward. If you need to, you can release one or both hands to the floor. But if you can take it deeper, right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Maybe pull yourself deeper to the fold and then into the twist and lift your left shoulder at the same time. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Both hands down, either side of that left leg. Bend your left knee, set your left foot flat. Tuck the toes of your right foot. Lift the right knee. And let's take it into that crouch. Left foot to your base. Pull the right knee to your chest. Curl in tight. Now look toward the back of that. Crown of the head reaches toward the floor. Right big toe points up toward the ceiling. And then from here to vertical. With an inhale, extend that right leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. One more time. Stay low. Now lean right onto your right hand. With your left hand, take hold of the right foot. And then kick into your left hand, pull your left shoulder down, and try to point that right knee toward the ceiling. Get as vertical as you can, and just take that bind. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down. Bring your right knee down. We're back in that almost all fours position. So hands shoulder width, shoulders over wrists. Left foot behind your left wrist. And then lift your left heel. Keep that left knee high outside the arm. Now into hurdlers. Look forward, lean forward, pull the elbows in underneath you. Now lean to the right side, ribs to the right arm. Left leg goes to your left arm, lift your left foot. Now keep looking forward, pull your chest forward, lean to lift that right leg. Maybe extend your left leg out to the side. And then again, when you're ready, take it through a vinyasa. Once you find it down dog, give yourself a moment just to paddle out here. And let's take this into the next sequence. So from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. Exhale forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time, stay forward. Fallen triangle, right leg extends left. Drop your left heel, reach your left arm high, gaze up high. Now you can stay here or you can move. You can take the half bind if you like. Left arm behind your back, palm facing away. Keep the right arm straight, but then sink your hips down and press straight up. Sink your hips down low and then press back up. Sink the hips one more time. Press straight up and stay lifted. Maybe lift the right foot up off the floor as well. Take an inhale. Exhale back to center. Left hand down, right foot between your hands, low lunge. And then into balancing, right foot to your base, pull the left knee to your chest, round your spine. Take hold of your left knee. Let's bring it all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, press into the right big toe, slow your breathing down. And then right hand to the right hip with your left hand, pull your knee out to the side and keep the toes pointed down. Keep that hip open. Now on a hinge again, like this, just holding this shape, left knee stays more or less in place. Put just a little bend in the right knee and go slow. Hinge from the right hip. Chest facing the floor or as close as you can get. Keep your gaze forward. Hinge back up the vertical. Left knee to the side. Just take it nice and slow. Again, hinge from the right hip. Bring it forward toward a halfway fold. And then back up the vertical. Left knee stays to the side. One more time. Hinge from the right hip. Keep looking forward. Chest toward the floor. Moving down toward parallel. Hips still open. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, just step the left foot back, open up to the left side. We're going to take this into a straddle stance. So step it out as wide as you like, heels in, toes out, both legs straight. And then once you find your position with your legs, bring your hands to your low back. Now interlace the fingers, pull the palms toward each other, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Now we're going to take this side to side, so take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just turn left, hinge over your left leg, touch your belly to your left thigh, even if you got to bend the knee. Inhale, bring it back up to center. And then with the exhale, turn right. Belly to the right thigh, fold down low. You can bend that knee. Inhale, bring it back up through center. Exhale, turn left, fold down, belly to your left thigh again. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, turn right, fold right, belly to your right thigh. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, one more time, turn left, fold left, belly to your left thigh. We're going to hold here. Now make sure your belly touches your left thigh. Bend that knee if you need to. And then start to look up toward the ceiling, drop the right shoulder down. Maybe pull the arms away from you a bit and find that stretch in the shoulders. As you hold that twisted fold, keep breathing. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring both hands to the floor inside the left leg. Now once you're down, keep the left palm on the floor just inside your left foot, bend into your left knee, and then take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing away, and just keep the right shoulder pulled back. Lean your weight to the left side. Now as you lean left, lift your right heel, just come up onto the toes, and we're going to move the right foot from this position and then bring it in close. So step the right foot in next to your left hand, and then step the right foot out wide again. Bring the right foot in, and then step that foot out wide. One more time, bring the right foot in and keep it close. And then see about taking a full bind. So the knees stay bent, your hips stay high, and your head stays low. Go ahead, wrap your left arm around your left leg. See about finding that right hand behind you, and maybe just stay in this fold. You can keep the knees bent, and this is fine. Squeeze that left thigh in close. Try to look up toward the ceiling if you want to stay here. But if you want to work the balance, then go ahead and look down to the floor just inside your left foot. Lean onto that left foot, maybe lift the right heel. If you can take it further, maybe hover the right foot, and this could be plenty. Now, if you want to take it deeper, this moves toward an inverted bird of paradise. If you want that, bend your right knee, pull the heel up toward your seat. Maybe extend that right leg straight up. Take it slow. It just gets harder the higher you go. Keep breathing with this.
All right, take an inhale. With the exhale, release. Bring both feet down, both hands down, and then turn to your right side toward the front of the mat, low lunge. And then we'll take it back into one of those crouches here. So bring the weight to the right foot, pull the left knee to your chest, curl in, round your spine. Look toward the back of the mat. Crown of the head points toward the floor. Left big toe points up toward the ceiling. And then back and forth from here to vertical. With an inhale, raise that left leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. And now lean right. Your right hand stays down. With your left hand, take hold of the left foot. Now this is open hip. Kick into your left hand. Pull your left shoulder down and try to point the left knee toward the ceiling. The deeper you go, the more your chest opens to the left. Just take this to where you can. And take an inhale. With the exhale, release. Both hands down. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Back to that almost all fours position. Hands at shoulder width, shoulders over wrists. Right foot behind your right wrist. Lift your right heel and keep that knee high outside the upper arm. Now look forward. Bring your shoulders forward. Pull the elbows in underneath you. Ribs to the left arm. Right leg to the right arm. Lift the right foot. Keep looking forward. Lean forward to lift your left leg. You can always extend that right leg if you're going to go there. And then take another vinyasa when you're ready. Once you find your down dog, paddle that. All right, let's even all that out on the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high behind you. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, twist knee to right elbow. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, stay here. Fallen triangle, left leg extends to the right. Drop your right heel, reach your right arm high, stay lifted. Now take a half bind if you're going to go further. Right arm behind your back, palm face me, pull that shoulder back. Left arm stays straight and strong. Go ahead, sink your hips down. And then press back up. Sink your hips low. Press back up again. Let your hips sink down. Press up one more time, hold here, and maybe lift your left foot up off the floor. Take an inhale. With the exhale, back to center. Right hand down, left foot between your hands. And then the left foot's your base. Pull the right knee into your chest and round your spine. Now go slow. Take hold of the right knee and let's bring this all the way up to vertical one more time. Once you're up, dig down to the left big toe. Slow your breathing down. And then it's left hand, your left hip. Pull the right knee out to the side and keep the toes pointed down. Now again, hinging. Just take it nice and slow. Put a little bit on the left knee. Keep your gaze forward. And then slowly hinge from left hip. Bring yourself down toward parallel. Right knee stays more or less in place. Bring yourself back up the vertical. The right knee still out to the side. Again, hinge from left hip. Bring it down toward parallel. Keep your gaze forward. Take it slow. Back up the vertical with the right hip still open. One more time. Hinge from your left hip. Bring it down toward parallel with the floor. Hold here. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, step the right foot back. Open up to the right side. Let's take that straddle stance again. Heels in, toes out. Now again, wide, narrow, you can probably go wider than before. Heels in, toes out, both legs straight. Bring your hands to your low back, find the bind that feels strange. Interlace your fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back. And let's take this side to side, so take an inhale. With the exhale, turn right, fold down, belly to the right thigh, even if you gotta bend the knee. Inhale, bring it back up through center. With the exhale, turn left, fold left, belly touches your left thigh. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, turn right, fold right, belly to your right thigh again. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, turn left, fold left, belly to your left thigh. Now inhale, back up to center. With the exhale, turn right, fold right, belly to the right thigh, hold here. Now be sure your belly's touching your thigh. You can bend that right knee. Try to lift the right shoulder, look up toward the ceiling. Maybe pull the arms away from your back and find a deeper stretch, but just breathe into this. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down inside that right foot. Now go ahead, bend the right knee, bring your weight to the right side. And then take a half bind. Right palm stays flat. Right hand's just inside your right leg. Bring the left arm behind your back for a half bind. Left shoulder high. Lift your left heel, come up onto the toes. And let's step that left foot back and forth. So bring the left foot in just outside the right hand. And then step the left foot out wide again. Step the left foot in close. And then step it out wide. One more time, step that left foot in close. Now, when it comes in close, take this further. Start to hinge down. Keep both knees bent. Go ahead, wrap that right arm around the right thigh. See about finding that full bind so the hands can come together. Now, squeeze that thigh in toward your side. You can stay here, knees bent. Try to look up toward the ceiling, and that's good enough. Now, if you want to take it further toward balancing, look at the floor just inside the right foot. Put the weight to the right foot. Maybe just lift the left heel. Keep your hips high. If you can balance it further, try to hover the left foot. And then if you're going to go deeper, bend your left knee, pull the heel up toward your seat. If you're going to take it further, maybe extend that left leg straight up. Just take it to where you can. Everybody take an inhale. With exhale, release. Both hands down, both feet down. And then turn to your left side. You're going to bring it to low lunge for a moment. Lift the right heel. And then the left foot's your base. Pull the right knee to your chest. We'll come into that crouch one more time. So look toward the back of the mat. Crown of the head points toward the floor. Right big toe points up toward the ceiling. Back and forth. Inhale that right leg straight up. Exhale, curl in tight. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time, stay low. Now lean left onto your left hand. With your right hand, take hold of the right foot, and then kick. Draw the right shoulder down, try to point the right knee toward the ceiling, and the further you go, the more your chest opens is right. Just take this to where you can. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale release, bring both hands down. Bring your right knee down. One more time in that almost all fours position. Hands are shoulder width. Shoulders over wrists. Left foot behind your left wrist. Lift your left heel and keep that knee high outside the arm. Now look forward. Lean forward. Pull the elbows in underneath you. Now lean to the right. Your ribs go to the right arm. Left leg to the left arm and lift your left foot. Keep looking forward. Keep leaning if you're going to lift that right leg. Maybe extend the left leg as well. And then when you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. Now, once you find your down dog, let's take half pigeon. So with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. With the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, bring your left knee down, flatten out the left foot behind you. Pull your left hip forward, keep your hips squared, sink the weight straight down, and look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer hip or toward the glutes. Now, if you want to stay upright like this is good enough. You can go deeper toward a back bend if you want to take it there. If you want to just mellow out, you can bring yourself down to the elbows, maybe sink down all the way. Take it to where you need to. Keep your left hip pulling forward, keep the hips squared, and just breathe into this. All right, now from wherever you are, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. We're going to take another pose. So once your hands are close enough, pull your belly in, stack your hips over the left knee. We're going to take it back into that half split. So step your right foot forward between your hands. Now as you come into this, keep your belly touching your right thigh. And then if you want to take it further, you can keep walking that right foot forward. At any point, press into the right heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and look for that stretch on the back of the right thigh. Now, if the knee's bent, that's fine. As long as you're feeling it, just breathe into the tension, dig into the heel. And if you want to take things further, if you want the full split, tuck the toes of your left foot, and then let your hips sink down. Now, you're still keeping that squareness here, so pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and even if you're taking toward the full split, I recommend you maintain that forward fold and take the stretch into the hamstrings primarily. Rotate that right big toe in towards center. Just breathe with this here. And don't force it. Just take things to where you can right now. Now, again, try to keep your hips squared even if you take the half split, even though I know it's much easier just to open up to the left. All right, if you took it toward the full split, come back into that half split. Bring the left knee under your hips. And then from the half split, let's bring it down to all fours, both knees to the mat. Now, once you're ready, take it back to your down dog. Tuck your toes, straighten your legs hips high. And then to the other side, inhale your left leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, bring the right knee down. Flatten the right foot behind you. Pull your right hip forward, left hip back. Keep your hips square to the front. And again, just sink your weight straight down and look for at least some of that stretch on the left side, outer hip or toward the glutes. Now you can stay extended like this. You can take it further toward one of the back bends. And again, maybe come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. Just take it to where you need to here. All right, again, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And let's take the next pose. Pull your belly in, stack the hips over your right knee. Step your left foot down between your hands. We'll take it into that half split, belly touching your left thigh. Now keep that contact. Start to walk the left foot forward. And then once you're ready, press into the left heel, point the toes up. Just look for that stretch on the back of the left thigh and breathe into it. Rotate the big toe toward the midline a little bit. Now, if you're going to take it further toward that full split, tuck the toes of your right foot, let your hips sink down. But again, keep your hips squared, right hip pulling forward, left hip pulling back. And I do recommend even the full split today, just taking that forward fold. Just take this where you can. All right, if you took it toward the full split, come back into the half split, right knee under your hips. And then from the half split, bring both knees down, all fours. And then go bring your legs out from underneath you, and let's come down onto our backs. So once you're down, pull your knees into your chest, just squeeze things in tight. And then we'll take this into Supta Gomukhasana. So go ahead, release your left leg, set the left foot flat. Right knee to the center of your chest and open the right leg to 9 degrees. We're going to cross the legs here. So left knee directly behind the right. Now squeeze your legs together and find the grip that suits you here. It's opposite hand to opposite leg. You can hold the knees or work your hands closer to your feet. And if you can take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull the feet down toward the floor, and then up toward your shoulders at the same time. Now, whatever grip you have, keep your knees close, work to flatten your spine as you're pulling down, and push back up into your hands at the same time. Just breathe with us here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, release your grip, untangle your legs. And let's take it the other way. Right foot to the floor, left knee to the side of your chest. And then bring the right knee in behind the left and squeeze your legs together tight. Now find the grip that suits you here. You can hold the knees, bring the hands closer to the feet, or if you're going to go deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull the feet toward the floor, and then toward the shoulders at the same time. Now again, keep your knees close. Keep working to flatten your spine against the floor. Push back up in your hands as the hands are pulling down, whatever grip you have. And just keep breathing with this on this side. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release, untangle the legs, and bring your knees into your chest side by side. Let's take happy baby. When you're ready, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. Now try to draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up at the same time. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. To take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. And then further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then find down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. And then just start to move bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale here. Reach your arms out long past your head. And then pull things back in. Bring the elbows to your chest. Pull the knees up as well. And then find your way up to a comfortable seat. Go ground yourself into the mat here. Stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for doing class. Namaste.